Everyone talks about hustle, right? Wake up at 5 a.m., work until midnight, and repeat. We live in a world that glorifies more work, more goals, more growth. But what if the single most important habit for achieving long-term success isn't about doing more, but it's actually about doing less? You see, your brain doesn't grow in go mode. It grows in rest mode. Hi, I'm Jodie Jackson, a neuroencoding specialist, and I use neuroscience to train your brain for high performance so that you can rewire your reality for the results you want. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use mental recovery, not just to avoid burnout, but to accelerate your growth, to sharpen your mind, and to multiply your results. Before I jump in, I just want to acknowledge the always-on culture that we live in. So many people answer emails at dinner, they scroll through work chats before bed, they have Netflix on while they're cooking, or they scroll on social media between tasks, right? It is constant stimulation disguised as productivity. And we are always asking our brain to process or perform without really giving it a chance to rest and repair. And think about it like this. If you went to the gym and you overloaded your muscles, right? You were doing bicep curls after bicep curls over and over without rest. It wouldn't build strength. It would create injury, right? And this is exactly what happens when you overload your brain, because just like your muscles, your brain is a biological organ and it needs rest to function properly. And when your brain gives you that low battery signal at 3 p.m., when you feel foggy, irritable, and you just can't focus, what do most of us do, right? We push through, we grab another coffee, and we force ourselves to keep going, trying to squeeze out more performance from an exhausted mind. And this just isn't sustainable. The World Health Organization now calls information overload a global health risk. Chronic mental fatigue can reduce creativity by up to 40%, decision-making accuracy by 20%, and empathy by 30%. So when you overload your brain, even though it feels like you're doing more, like you're more productive, you are actually less effective. So let me explain the science of why recovery fuels growth. Your brain doesn't operate in a straight line. It runs in waves, and each cycle moves through 4 stages: focus, fatigue, recovery, growth. Focus is where you apply effort. Fatigue is where your brain signals it is time to pause. And recovery, that is where some of the magic happens, because when you rest, your brain switches from its task network, so the part responsible for doing, to its default mode network, the part responsible for connecting, for consolidating. And you can think of it like this, right? During focus, it's like you're collecting puzzle pieces. And during recovery, your brain quietly puts them together. So your default mode network is where you integrate everything you've been learning, where you link new ideas and you make intuitive leaps, right? It is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom. And that is why your best ideas, they show up in the shower, or when you're on a walk, or when you finally stop trying so hard to think. That's when you've shifted from effort to integration. And that is where these cognitive breakthroughs actually live. And recovery, it doesn't just rewire ideas, it actually repairs your brain. So during deep rest, you have something called the glymphatic system, and it kicks in. So it is a built-in cleaning mechanism that flushes out toxins and clears mental debris. And this is how your brain resets its chemistry, balances its hormones, and prepares for another round of high performance. This is why sleep is so important. And recovery isn't just the absence of growth, it is growth. It's the invisible part of progress where your brain begins to upgrade itself. And if you skip it, you don't just get tired, you block the very process that makes improvement possible. So what exactly is mental recovery, right? It's not just about sleeping more, although that is crucial. It is the practice of giving your brain intentional breaks during the day to rest and recharge. So it's about stepping away from cognitively demanding tasks to let your mind wander, process information, reset. Just let your brain breathe. So how do you actually put this into practice when you live in a busy life? So here are 3 powerful and actionable mental recovery moves that high performers use, which you can start incorporating into your daily routine today. Here is the first. You can take a brain break every 60 to 90 minutes of focused work. And you don't need an hour-long meditation session. You can take a 5 to 10 minute break. But here is the key. This break needs to be truly mentally restful. Number 2, you can do a nature immersion. So spending time in nature is one of the most effective ways to mentally recharge. Even just a short 15-minute walk in a local park can have a huge impact. It lowers your cortisol, your stress hormones, and it boosts your mood. And again, The rule is to monostack. Don't listen to a podcast or take a work call, just walk. Pay attention to the sights and the sounds around you. See, this type of soft fascination, it allows your directed attention to rest and recover. And don't worry if you don't have a park nearby. Studies have even shown that just looking at pictures of nature can provide some of these benefits too. Number 3, white space moments. Now this sounds radical, but it is a game changer. So just like you schedule meetings and appointments, schedule 15 to 20 minutes of doing nothing in your day. Put it in your calendar. And so when the time comes, you sit quietly. You don't meditate, you don't plan, you don't solve problems, just sit. Your mind will wander, let it, right? This is the default mode network kicking in on demand, and it will feel strange, maybe even unproductive at first, but that is only because we've been conditioned to equate stillness with stagnation. True high performers know that stillness is power, so stick with it. This practice trains your brain to switch off, and it can lead to massive bursts of creativity and clarity. But most of us never allow that space because we've been sold a lie that to achieve more, we must always be doing more. But the most successful, creative, and resilient people, they understand the power of the pause. They know that true high performance is not a sprint, it is a marathon with built-in recovery stations. Here is my challenge to you. This week, I want you to just pick one of these strategies and try it. Schedule one 15-minute nature walk. Take a real phone-free micro break after a long meeting, or be bold and put 10 minutes of nothing in your calendar. Don't just watch this video and move on. Take action. Prioritize your mental recovery and watch how your focus, your creativity, and your energy transform. And let me know in the comments which of these strategies you are going to try first. I would love to hear how it goes. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to give your brain a break. And of course, if you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button for more. My name is Jodie Jackson. I hope you enjoyed this video. My mission is to keep helping millions around the world train their brain for peak performance and lasting well-being so that they can achieve their biggest goals and build the life that they know they were meant for. Click the first link in the description if you want to find out how, and I will see you on the inside.